In one of our previous videos, we already showed you how to travel Istanbul on a mid-budget. But this time, we'll tell you how much money you'll need in Istanbul if you want to travel on a low budget, where it will include accommodation, foods, attractions, and transportation fees. But before we start, please give us a like in this video. So now it's time for us for showing you how much money you will spend in Istanbul in case that you're coming on a low budget. And that doesn't include just like what can you buy with $10 or something like that. No, we're going to give you real expenses such as accommodation, foods, attractions, and even transportation. So that way you will know how much money you are going to need if you are coming to Istanbul. Also remember that we already have a video on how to travel Istanbul on a mid-budget. So if you want to watch that video, we will be leaving the card somewhere up here. Also, Turkey has become even more affordable for foreign tourists. So this is why even you don't really need to budget in Istanbul, because you will find that you can do a lot for less money. But even then, I'm pretty sure there are some travelers that are on a low budget and will really like to know how they can travel to this city. So our first step of the day, of course, is grabbing something for breakfast, because of course we cannot explore any place without charging our stomach and having a good meal. But in these cases, we are showing you like a lot budget, then you need to check for the prices, of course. So for this time, we try to go to one place which is very close to Sultanahmet tram station, and it's called Çiğdem Pastanesi. There we just got some traditional poğaça, açma, which they are so delicious, and also Turkish people usually have these ones for breakfast. And the other Turkish bread that we really want to show you is this one. This one is called açma, and also you can find it in any patisserie. And this one I personally love a lot because also it's filled with zeytin ezmesi, which in English is the olive paste. So I really love this one, and I will give it a bite right now. And also these are very convenient because actually you can just buy it, grab it, and start eating while you're exploring the city. So this way also, if you are in a rush or you just want to enjoy your meal while seeing beautiful sights in the city, you can just grab these ones and go. Now what about the attractions and museums that we can visit in Istanbul? Well, let me tell you that Istanbul is a city that you can visit so many places, and most of them will be for free, especially those mosques like the Hagia Sophia right now. So you can also visit it for free, and it is one of the main monuments in this place. Of course, there are some other museums that you can visit for a fee, but usually those museums you need to pay around 100 up to 200 liras, and this is the case of the palaces such as Topkapı, Dolmabahce, or even the Galata Tower. So also, if you are interested in doing a research of what places you can visit without a fee in Istanbul, we are going to invite you to watch another video that we already have of some of those interesting places that you can visit for free in Istanbul. In our case, we are going to visit Hagia Sophia. So let's go check it all together. And of course, another and one of the most important expenses that we need to consider when traveling anywhere in the world is the accommodation. And for this, then we're going to show you some hotels that we recommend you. Also remember that depending on the season and even the area where you're looking accommodation at, the prices will differ. So we are going to recommend you for this type of budget which areas will be more suitable for your case. Now I would like to share this screen recording where we show you what options we have found. For a low budget, we are going to consider places ranging between 10 and 40 US dollars per night. Now let's show you some options that we have. I'm going to be using hotels.com and for the month of June for 2 guests, because usually June is already considered high season in Turkey. And also I'm setting the filter to look by area, such as Sultanahmet, Kadıköy, Karaköy, Taksim, Beyazıt, which are good areas and well connected with public transportation. And also I'm setting the filter to look for $0 up to $50 because I couldn't set it for $40. And also I'm ordering these places by guest reviews. That means from 10 and below. So here we can see the prices: $22, $23, $32, and $39 as well. And as a little tip, I will suggest to you as well to check carefully the comments and reviews left by other customers that already stayed in those hotels. And the more comments a place has, the better, because that way we know that those comments were written by real customers. So for example, here we have 63 reviews, 9.4 points, which is really good in Sultanahmet. And yeah, I mean, like that, you can start looking for accommodation in the areas that you're interested in. And also you can use any other sort of platform like Booking, Expedia, Kayak, and many others, not just hotels.com. Istanbul is a place that is very well connected with any sort of public transportation. You do not really need to use a taxi to go everywhere anytime. So for example, if you're staying in Sultanahmet, Taksim, Istiklal Street, and Galata Tower, you can easily reach any other of the most touristic areas by either tram and then a funicular. If you want to go to the Asian side of the city, then you can also take a ferry from Eminönü, Karaköy, or Beşiktaş port. Plus also there are many buses that are going to Ortaköy area. If you get your Istanbul card from any yellow machine, which now costs around 13 liras per person, then you can use any sort of public transportation such as metro, tram, ferry, buses, funiculars, cable cars, and even the public toilets. For more updated information on the Istanbul card and even how you need to link it to the HES code, then watch this other video after you finish watching this one. Just take into consideration that the full fare per person with Istanbul card is 5.48 Turkish liras, and it makes a small discount if you transfer within the next hour to another transportation. Let's say that per day you will use it 5 times. So then you will spend 27.40 Turkish liras. Another tip for saving money when arriving in Istanbul is taking a bus from the airport to your accommodation and vice versa. That way you will pay 3 to 4 times less than taking a taxi. If you want to know more detailed information about the transportation options to and from the airports in Istanbul, then you can also watch this other video. So for example, if you are on a budget, you can also look for different options for restaurants. In Istanbul or anywhere in Turkey, you will pretty much find these ones that are called lokantası. So for example, in our case, we just came to one near Sultanahmet and it's called Balkan Lokantası. You will be able to find many of these type of restaurants in Taksim, in Beşiktaş, in mostly any area of the city. So if you want something affordable and more local type food, then we recommend you coming to these type of places. Also, these places are a great option because basically you can request them to put the portion that you really want to eat. So even you can tell them like yarım porsiyon, which is half portion, or even, I mean, as you can see, the portions are quite big. So this time we ordered 2 plates because I am here with my husband. So, but for one, it's pretty much enough. I ordered 1 soup and then some chickpeas and the rice, and this is more than enough. For all of these dishes, we only paid 70 liras, which means 35 liras per person. And as you can see, the portions are quite big and the food is good, and you can have a full meal with just 35 liras. I would also love to encourage you to explore some places and foods outside of the most touristic areas. That way you can also find great options with more local prices. If you also want to check our other video where we try one of the most famous Turkish foods for less than $2, you can go click the card above. So now, you already know how much budget you need to spend in Istanbul on a low budget. That means between $30 to $60 daily per person. As you can see, you can do a lot for accommodation, food, transportation, and even visiting many of its main attractions. We're gonna be leaving here on the screen all the expenses that we had in Istanbul in one day. So also you can take a look. So thanks a lot for watching our video, and don't forget that if you want to keep receiving more tips and recommendations about Istanbul and in general Turkey, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye bye.
Excuse me.